Hi everyone, and welcome to Ben's Business Podcast, episode number 71. Today I'm going to be talking about word of mouth growth and gaining referrals. This came from a thought that I had today in a discussion I was in over the last week about how to get more speaking engagement gigs. So I did a bit of research on this as I was explaining how maybe I'm speaking at schools. Thanks for joining, Michael. Please share it on Ben's Business Book Club, the community of entrepreneurs and avid readers. So I was reading a really great article by the speakerlab.com, and it was about how to find more opportunities in getting paid speaking gigs. Speaking's been something I've started to move into. I do a wee bit more speaking. I've been attending Toastmasters for the last 2 years and kind of feel like I'm moving forward with the vision I had of becoming and doing more speaking gigs. So I've been doing a bit of research on that myself and actually taking action. People have seen me speaking in schools, and I've been getting invitations to other schools from one school going on to a second school, onto a third school, and potentially 2 or 3 more off the back of that. So someone was asking me how do you actually start that? So from that, I want to share what I learned from this article, what I was explaining, and how this kind of snowball effect has happened for me in going into other schools. So, and think of this as a business way, but the lesson in the article was specifically one of the sections about referrals and how we can use these ideas for business as well. So the article is called How to Find Paid Speaking Opportunities in Any Industry. So check out the blog, it's a really good one. So the first step to doing, again, think of your business when you're in your services when I'm talking about speaking, but if you're wanting more speaking gigs, the guy was saying that we need to deliver like a boss. So it's the same, deliver your service to an exceptional quality of service, just like beyond, and give them the wow factor. So if you can do that, then people are going to be blown away enough to tell their friends to the next person and the next person and everyone they meet about us if they have a similar problem to what they had that was fixed by you, or they're looking for more speakers for their event and you blew them away with your speech, then it's just organic. It happens naturally when you just deliver on what you're saying that you're good at. So the key is that we can get carried away with all the marketing and design and making ourselves look really good, but focus on the mastery of the actual craft of the skill and the services you're delivering over a long period of time. And rather than looking good and focusing and getting carried away with the marketing, focus on your substance. So like the depth of how great you are at this that you're delivering, and keep refining and making it better, and keep trying to add more value and stacking the value as much as you possibly can. So just in case anyone's wondering, I've got a wee bit of a different setup, and this is a great example of what I mean. So today I actually realised I didn't have my Yeti microphone, I didn't have my webcam, I didn't have all the gear and equipment. So I decided it was either one, I rushed back to where my studio is to get the microphone, the webcam to look good, to look better than I do with the standard iPhone mic and headset. But I decided that I was wanting to focus on the content and get live as quickly as I possibly could for 2 p.m. and come and deliver as best as I possibly can on the content that I'm teaching today, rather than spending less time on the content to get the webcam looking good, to have less shakiness, which I would prefer not, to have less quality. So I've chose quality of the content over the quality of the look and the design of this actual podcast and video today, because I wanted to deliver better content and give you that value. So that's what I mean in applying that into your speaking, into your service delivery and your products and services. It's just making them better and better and better. So point 2, so that first point is deliver like a boss in whatever you're doing. Number 2 is the idea that, like, when we're talking about referrals here, about word of mouth growth of your business or speaking or whatever career you're doing, we all like an easy sale. We all like to be referred because we don't have that much sales work to do at that stage. We just have to, we receive it magnetically and the person's drawn to us. So the idea of being the hunted rather than the hunter. So when we can attract people magnetically to us because we're delivering such great jobs and displaying how great we are out to the world, naturally, it almost looks like, then people start to look for us. They be so good they come looking for you, and be so good they can't ignore you. So if, for example, people are passionately talking about how great you are because you've delivered a great service and they are your customer, then that is automatically going to grow your business because you do a great job for your customers that you actually have right now or previously, and they've referred you to new people. That grows your business. But what's really special is when people who are not even your customer yet are referring you before they've actually used your services, or they don't actually know what your service is about. And how I do that is, this is option 2. So option 1 is just deliver great service to the customer, which is already talked about. But number 2 is to have people confidently refer you and trust you enough to move ahead without their friend or whoever's referring them to you actually using their service. So if someone's watching your content daily and knows for sure that you're an expert, you're really good at what you do because you show up every day and you deliver that content, then with complete conviction, these people are telling their best friends, their business partners, their business associates, their family that might have a business, that you are really good at what you do. So use him. And they're doing that because they have watched your stuff for years, maybe. They've watched your stuff for months, and they know that you show up every day and you're doing the same stuff every day. So you can't not be good at what you do because you're so passionate and you're doing it every day. So that's how I get a lot of business. And one of the ways I do that is I put lots of video out there and I share my knowledge. I actually display what I'm good at by helping people like you watching this video right now, by actually giving them the service for free, by educating them, then putting it into action and realizing this stuff actually works that I'm teaching. So I'm giving people value up front, and then from that, me giving them value, they go, wow, this is great stuff. And then they receive value. They go ahead maybe as a customer. They might go and actually pay for my services, or they'll tell a friend about the service that I'm offering. So it's getting your valuable content out and getting goodwill out there as much as possible and pushing. Just keep giving, and that's when it comes back to you and it snowballs back to you. So that's how people will trust to move ahead with you, even if their best friend's not used you, but they're referring you. And that's powerful when you can do that. So number 3 is to get outside of your sort of usual sort of following and community. And I've got a saying that it's go where you've never been to get what you've never got. So sometimes we have to stretch out of where our existing customers are and go to new places, new towns, new cities, new platforms, such as if you're on Facebook all the time, go on Instagram or LinkedIn. And then the other idea is that if, for example, you're speaking to people who maybe can't afford you, you're speaking to people who don't run businesses, then they might be the wrong people, but you never know who you're speaking to. And I heard someone say that you treat every person you speak to as if they're a millionaire, or if their friend's a millionaire that runs a business. So, for example, I could be speaking at a school, and I could be speaking to there's a girl who's listening to what I'm saying in my speech. Her dad's running four multi-million-pound businesses and potentially needs my service. So she starts talking to her dad about it, and then her dad gets in touch with me. That's how it can happen. So when you're speaking to people, it's not a waste of time, but we do have to be intentional about who we're targeting, who we're speaking to, make sure they have money. But just remember, there's always these alternative ways that people find out about you. Just like my cousin recommended his best friend to me because my cousin watches some of the content I put out. My cousin actually does marketing as an employee for other businesses, but because he doesn't run a business, he didn't do it for his friend himself. So he recommended his cousin to his best friend. So again, that was let's call it an easy sale. So people we love easy sales in business, because you don't need to push, you don't need to sell. You actually just attract and then sign people up and move ahead with them. And that's what we all want. We want that attraction marketing happening for us. And to put lots of content out there is one of the best ways, but also deliver service. So what I've said here is deliver like a boss, focus on those easy sales, and try to attract people and be the hunted. And number 3 is get outside of your usual way that you do your marketing and sales. Get outside your community, go where you've never been, and talk to new people, and just treat everyone like a great opportunity for your business. And some action steps you can take on that straight away is to produce more content and see who you're working with right now, any clients that you're working with right now, how you can add even more value. Make their problems your responsibility, and that's how you can add more value to them. So I hope you found this video helpful. This is how to grow your business with word of mouth, and maybe a unique way you've never come across before. This article, again, I want you to check it out, is the speakerlab.com on how to find paid speaking opportunities. And just see how I was thinking when I was reading that. I was thinking about it as a speaker, but I was thinking about it as a business owner as well, and thinking all this is universal and it can relate to your business and my business as well. So thanks for watching. I hope my arm wasn't too shaky this time. I'll be back on the tripod and the PC and the Yeti mic next week. Thanks for watching.